We would see also at QPR, Tony Fernandez, obviously he's an icon here in Malaysia. Everyone knows who he is. What was it like for you being on the inside? Because it was up and down, literally up and down, relegated, promoted, relegated. And it just seemed to be, not saying this is you, but it seemed to be that a lot of mercenaries that came in, perhaps at the tail end of the career from around the globe, players whose best days might have been past them at this stage. That's how we viewed it.
Yeah, that's how I saw it as well. And I think the difficulty was there was a lot of players there that had grafted to get in the Premier League. So your Clint Hills, your Jamie Mackie, Sean Derrys, that had rolled their sleeves up, Ali Forlan, that had rolled their sleeves up to get in the Premier League. And then there were a group of players that would come in, that had come in on huge money, that not necessarily cared about a result, cared about their individual performances.
Well, Benoit Sokoto famously didn't care about football.
Yeah, but I mean, the likes of, you know, Bosingwa, who just won the Champions League with Chelsea and then comes to us, and there are a few occasions where, you know, we concede goals and you know, it's highlighted that he didn't track back, or, you know, I think that the divide was too big in the changing room, which ultimately caused friction. And the difference for me is a happy changing room and a good changing room just means so much on the pitch, and that wasn't there. The changing room was always a struggle, and the divide was always there, and the friction was always there. So it was a hard place to play, and I think it was never really going to succeed. Ultimately, there was enough quality in there to not be in the Championship, but not enough togetherness to stay in the Premier League.
I mean, you had some serious talent there. One name that, and I think you were at Spurs with him as well, is Tarap. Adil Tarap's like, wow, what could it have been? Because on his day, it's like, that guy is special. Yeah,
he was incredible. One of the most naturally gifted footballers I've ever seen in my life. You know, up there with Ravel Morrison and
that good. Because everyone talks about Ravel as being
those two, and Stefan Dalmat as well at Spurs. Those three players were just mavericks, I suppose, that just could have been up there with the best ever, all three of them. But there's just something that didn't click for them, you know, and it's disappointing because I remember certainly with Adele, so many players saying to him, Adele, mate, come on, please, like, just focus, just really, you know, put your heart and soul into it, and you've got it for you. Yeah, but this and that, and just didn't live the life, you know, how he should have done. But to be honest, he went to AC Milan and started to change, went to Benfica, and a penny dropped, I think, there, that, you know, he has to focus a little bit. And I still speak to him every now and then.
Oh, yeah?
He's in Dubai now, and I spoke to him last week, actually. And he's focused now, actually, which is good, but I still see it as a waste.
Yeah. My time is pretty much up, so I'm going to ask about this one game. I'm sure the Juventus encounter was brilliant for you, but in terms of famous Premier League games, there's a few that pop to mind. The one where City won the title. I mean, what's your takeaway memory from that? I know that you and many of the other players have spoken about that game specifically, but what is your biggest takeaway from that? Why are you laughing?
No, I'm just thinking about Joey Barton.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
I do believe that. I mean, I'm off the pitch at that time. I'm on the bench.
When Barton gets sent off, or the winning goal, Aguero?
No, when Barton's there, I'm there, unfortunately.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
But that winning goal, I truly believe that if we needed to draw, we would have drawn. I believe that the minute and a half of their game finishing on the other pitch, and ours, and the information being relayed to the players that we were safe, I think that translates. I do believe that if we needed to, we would have drawn. We would have smashed somebody on the halfway line. We would have cleared the ball further away. like a minute before, 2 minutes before, which alter the game. I do think that doesn't happen. So
yeah, Balotelli's only assist in a Manchester City jersey was in that game to Aguero, playing it through, and then the famous Aguero and all of that.
Yeah.
Let me ask, what was said with Joey Barton as he went off the pitch? What actually happened?
So what happened with that incident is obviously we're back against the wall really. I'm in and around our left back, left wing, filling in a hole somewhere, and something goes on, and I don't see that at the time, but I'm very close to Joey afterwards, and as he walks towards me, he goes, I'm gone here, I'm off. So
yeah,
I interpret that as, all right, you're off, second yellow or whatever it is. So I just say to him, look, if you're going, take somebody with you, meaning, listen, just go down, just cause a scuffle that gets one of those set off as well, if you already know you're going. Just desperately trying to try anything to keep us in the game and keep us, with a chance of
dark
staying
arts
up.
at this stage.
Dark arts, yeah. My interpretation of that and Joey's interpretation of that was somewhat different, should we say. So Joey decides to absolutely knee the life out of Aguero, which is crazy, but it was Joey's interpretation. But yeah, we obviously go on, we stay up, and Man City win the league. Party's going on, and on the way home, I have to go up to Mark Hughes and sort of say, look, I sort of said to Joey that take someone with you, but Joey's interpretation is his own, and Joey still now to this day says it's my fault, and I'm all to blame for that. But I do remember being at the training ground once he'd already got his move to Marseille, living in the south of France on crazy dough.
Talking in a French accent.
Living the life, yeah, talking his French accent, and being on the phone to Hilly and saying to me, fucking hell, Zamo, it's your fault I'm out here. I said, your fault, you live in the south of France, is it? Playing for Marseille in the Champions League? Yeah, all right, well, blame me all you like then, because it's in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his interpretation of things which have seemed to get him into trouble quite a few times. So I'm not going to put the blame entirely on you there. I think, he has to shoulder some responsibility.